We're back.
Oh.
Different day.
See, you know it's a different day because the light's different.
We've gone
We're
back in time to move forward in time.
to the old timey days when AJ, my child thought that when TV was in black and white, that meant the world was not in color yet. When he was like 5.
Okay.
Please not recently.
This wasn't recently.
Not recently. But we've gone back in time to where there was no color in the world.
It's like that movie. There was a movie about that where everybody was in black and white, and then all of a sudden, like, color pop started happening as the kids like started rebelling.
Oh, I know what you're. I
can't remember.
Recall it. I don't remember the name of it. Maybe somebody can remember it and write it down for us in the comments.
We're old.
Definitely women of a certain age.
I think we're past that certain age.
No, I think like once you hit 45, you're a woman of a certain age and you just stay that.
Okay, I can deal with that. Yeah.
That's my new theory. I'm sticking with it.
Well, I mean, it's weird for me because, I mean, obviously I don't look my age ever. And still occasionally get carded. Not as often as I used to. I think, I give 0 Fs look has really worked well to like not get me carded anymore. Or maybe just nobody else gives any Fs either.
Yeah, well, the white stripe in my hair gives away the fact that I'm old.
I have plenty of silver hair, but it's covered by so much color, which has my hair has finally said enough, and it started to break. And I was like, yeah, I knew this would happen. It's not a surprise at all. I mean, I completely overdid it. I pushed it.
See, I don't bleach every time I color.
I do, because I'm trying to get the old dye out so that I can start with a new color. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't, because
shout out to my hairdresser for indulging me in my reckless endangerment of my hair.
Yeah, see, I don't do that because my hair is really long and I don't want it to break because it didn't take super long, just a couple years to grow it this long, but yeah, it's still a couple years invested.
Yeah, your hair grows super fast.
And it's down to my waist now.
Damn. Mine isn't. But what were we talking about? New Year's resolutions.
We were talking about New Year's resolutions. That's why we did the black and white. Yeah.
Playing Zion and such.
Yeah. Do you do New Year's resolutions?
I don't even do Lent.
Yeah. See, I'm torn on the whole New Year's resolutions thing because I like to choose something to work on every year about myself, but just lately, it's like the past couple years with what's been going on in the world, it's hard to.
I'm at that point.
Something trivial.
Yeah, like I've hit that wall, and you know what? I survived. I'm surviving. That is my New Year's resolution. I hope to keep surviving.
Do you still choose a word for the year, like a concept to?
Yeah. I have literally given up on everything.
I feel like that's something that we should try to do, though, so that we aren't giving up on everything.
In an ideal world where I wasn't so damn tired, that would be awesome. And I am so exhausted all the time now that it's just like the fact that I get out of bed is kind of amazing. So yeah. It's been a rough year. It's been a rough 2 years. It's been a rough it's been a rough 2016 version 8.
Yeah. See, I think I'm not going to do like a New Year's resolution per se, but I am going to make attempts to clear out my depression mess. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
By that, like just the apathy of not.
I struggle with that every day. I do.
I've gone through some real struggles just lately with just
everything.
Yeah, like everything is so hard to do. Like even the simplest little things
Yeah.
are
I
difficult.
I
And
have
so I'm gonna try to get on top of it by just cleaning my room
there you go.
as a start, and then working on like the living room and getting places the way I want them. But it's a lot. Like
Yeah.
looking at it, I just feel so overwhelmed.
Yeah. I mean,
And I
I'm
could get
sure.
help in to help me clean it up, but it's at that embarrassing point where you need to clean your house to have someone come over to clean your house. You know what I
I've
mean?
known way too many people who do that on the regular, and the house is like Ty does that. When we actually had somebody that would come in and clean the house, like very briefly, um, yeah, he would clean before they came over to clean the house. And I'm like,
Well, yeah, but I'm like, my room is like living in an episode of Hoarders right now.
your room is impressive.
A lot of rocks, a lot of rocks
There
in
are a
there.
lot of rocks. Yeah, my boss came to visit the one day, and she looked at my desk versus Ty's desk. And she was
Mhm.
like, "How do you get anything done?" I was like, "Oh, there's this drawer with my keyboard and mouse on it that slides
Yeah,
down." Like all of this is just decoration.
yeah. That's just to be pretty while I'm in my space.
Exactly. Exactly. I was like, "This is my energy grid, and this is
Mhm.
where I actually type." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Yeah, no, it looks chaotic, but I actually know where everything is."
Yeah,
Yeah, I cleaned it up once because Ty was complaining like it was too messy and too gross. And so I cleaned it all up. And then I'm like, crap, where did I put everything?
yeah.
So yeah. Now I have a
That's
side table
always
with more piles on it and a pet myrtle.
a pet myrtle
Yeah, my pet
named
myrtle.
Mona.
Nah,
Mona the Myrtle,
nah, Mr. Myrtle.
Mr. Myrtle.
Myrtle the turtle. Yeah. Actually, it's right here, so I can just.
It's a nice plant.
It is. I love sweet myrtles. Absolutely love them. They're so fun.
It's such a pretty green. Put your color back on for a second and show.
Okay, hold on.
Do it. Show it.
Video filter.
It's so pretty. It's so vibrant.
There we go.
I
Trying to get
love that plant.
glare of the sun. So this here is how big it was when I bought it,
It was like a
and this
twig
is
when you bought it. It wasn't even that big.
it was. This is the original growth down in here, and then
Huh.
all this light green is what's grown since I got it.
I remember it just being like a little twig.
Yeah, it was a very tiny twig.
Mhm.
So you can see it's
Yeah.
intertwined. There you go. But that dark green was where it was,
Okay.
and then it grew.
Yeah, it's growing nicely.
I do love my sweet myrtle. I had one when I was younger. There we go. I had one when I was younger, and I did not know that sweet myrtles really like water a lot. And
Ah,
I forgot to water it.
I have a succulent that I am in love with that has grown really big.
Nice.
Yeah, it was tiny. It needs repotting.
Yeah.
It needs
This
a new home.
this guy needs a new pot as well, so I'm gonna have to go get something like special for him.
Yeah, this is like a spiny aloe.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little plant. And when it gets sun, it turns pink on the,
Oh, cool.
yeah,
I love plants.
me too.
Like that's been one of my struggles too, is and it's probably because I just have to clean out my mental and energetic clutter. But
Yeah.
like more than a few of my plants have bit the bullet, which distresses me because I'm like, why are they dying? I mean, air plants, I they're air plants. They either
Yeah.
love me or hate me. The Harices seem to actually be doing well, but every other air plant that I've got has just been like,
Mhm.
so, I'm like,
Yeah, it's again, it's like that's why I need to clean out my depression mess. That's what I call it, so that I can clear out my energetic and physical field.
yeah. I definitely need to clean out the energetic as well as the physical. I need to like just
Mm,
detox. But
same.
but yeah, I was talking to my sister yesterday, and I was sitting in the side porch, and I was telling her, I was like, I love it out on the side porch because it's all grounded. Like there's no stray EMF or anything else out there. And she's like, "Oh, you're ridiculous, blah blah blah." And I was like, "My entire house is like a big giant Faraday cage, except for
Yeah,
the attic. The attic
yeah.
is the only other spot that's not a Faraday cage." And she's like, "No way." And I was like, "Absolutely." And so we've all got the K2 meters because we love ghost hunting. Um, and so she's just like showing me around her house, and her house, there's no EMF anywhere except by the light switches. And I'm like, shut. Oh, and the AeroGrow garden.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that thing like lights up like Christmas. I'm like, what is going on in there?
Wow.
But yeah, everything else is like, zero. And I'm like, oh my God, like I literally walk through my dining room, and the middle of my dining room, I go to the floor, there's nothing. I go to the ceiling, there's nothing. The middle of the dining room, the entire thing is a spike. And I don't understand where it's coming from because I've held it along the walls, and
Mhm.
it gives me a spike near the light switches and stuff, which is expected. But everything else is it's not there because I figured, okay, it's coming from the floor. Oh, it's coming from the light fixture. It's just there, and I
Mm.
don't know where it's coming from. The kitchen's another spike because of appliances. We've got the old microwave, we've got a fridge, um, so that's a big spike area too. And then in here, obviously, because this is filled with wireless signal all over the place. But then the bathroom, where the actual line comes into the house, is right over near the bathroom fan up in the
Mhm.
shower. And if I hold it up near there, it spikes.
How, bless you.
Thank you.
What monitors did you say you have?
The K2.
And where did you get that?
I got it online somewhere.
Huh.
So it's a K-II.
And you can just buy them?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You
Didn't
see them on
realize.
like the ghost hunting shows and stuff. Basically, they
I
are.
figured it was always something they built, like an EMF reader.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. It's an EMF reader.
Okay.
Um, so you can actually go to Lowe's and get one of those things that checks to see if there's like wiring hanging out somewhere in the wall. Uh,
Hmm.
it's basically like a modified one of those.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That they got those and they modified them.
Yeah. And then it shows you it's got lights, and depending on how much EMF is running around, it either stays in the green, like the first green light is normal levels of EMF, and then it goes all the way up to red, which is usually like when you're running your microwave, or you send a text message through your cell phone. So do not walk around with your cell phone hooked up to any signal. You put it in like airplane mode. Otherwise, it's going to send off your K2 meter all over the place.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't even have my cell
Surprised there's not
phone
an
on.
app for that.
Oh, there's all kinds of apps for that, but the problem is it's registering your cell phone signal.
Interesting.
So it's like you're like, oh, there's ghosts, but no, there's a cell phone signal.
So, but if you put it in airplane mode and then do it with the app,
Yeah,
does it still register the cell
it
phone?
doesn't pick up anything.
Huh.
Yeah, it just goes with the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
The apps are fun. I like doing the ones that have words. So like it says, oh, there's something around, and then it starts like throwing out words. So that's fun. I mean, it's entertainment, but do I believe every single thing? Not so much. Yeah, take it with a big giant Horkin hunk of salt. But the K2 is interesting because it's showing you where the EMF fields are, and I am sensitive to them, so I can feel where they are to begin with.
Mhm.
Fluorescent lighting kills me. Like I can't with the fluorescent lighting.
Fluorescent lighting actually makes me sick. There's been studies done on people with lupus and fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis, stuff like that, which I have all three. Fluorescent lighting is bad for you
Yeah,
because it can cause you to go into a flare.
Well, it can also cause seizures if it's at the right frequency. So it flickers, which is
Mhm.
why, you get tired in fluorescent lighting if you're sensitive to it, because it's flickering and it's making your eyes adjust. You don't realize that that's what's happening, but it's making your eyes adjust. People that are prone to seizures, if they're sitting in fluorescent lighting, they can actually like induce seizures.
I
Same with
believe it.
monitor flicker too. Like if you're on an old monitor,
Mhm.
it can induce seizures.
Huh.
So one of the things I'd like to see is a study done to see like what the flicker rate is for more modern monitors, and then see if, because it's like when our kids are on their phones or something, or even when we're on a computer, it's like we are literally just in a trance. And I'm wondering if it's like, is it a flicker rate just sending us like
Like
straight?
it's hypnotizing you?
Yeah. Like, is it doing that? Or are we just like in that zone because it's doing that to us? Or are we just like that crazy at this point?
Did your heat just kick on? Is that why I just
Yeah.
heard?
Yeah. The Tommy
Uh-huh.
knockers are in my heater.
Like, uh-oh, they hear you talking about them. Stop.
I I was on a meeting call with somebody and they were like, "What is all that banging?" I'm like, "Oh," and I joked around. I was like, "Oh, my husband's in the cold cellar." And then I was like, "This is a work call."
It's all right.
It's cool. I mean, they kind of expect weird from me at this point and like dry
Yeah,
humor, so me saying that my husband's in the cold cellar trying to get out is not.
on brand.
No, yeah, it's totally on brand. Like, didn't even raise an eyebrow. It's like, oh, cool. Well, you better let him out. I'm like, yeah, maybe someday. It's like, no, I wouldn't put anybody in the cold cellar. Honestly, it's gross down there.
It's a creepy little room.
And talk about EMF. That room is like straight up EMF. That's a Faraday cage down there.
Mm. You
And
want to explain what a Faraday cage is for our people who don't know? Because
basically,
we
it's
keep
a big,
talking about it.
yeah, it's a big giant EMF field that it can be used to kind of generate electric signals and stuff. So if you've got a space that has a lot of EMF in it, in the ghost circles, it can actually help to get them to sort of materialize. It gives them a little bit, it's sort of like a battery for ghosts.
Mhm.
So if you've got a place with a lot of EMF or you've got like lightning storms and stuff like that, it's supposed to help boost the signal of whatever's going on.
And how would you go about building one?
Don't ground any of the wiring in your house. Buy a house from pre 1940 around World War II, and make sure that the original owners had a DIY attitude towards electricity.
Well, and remember in what book was did it with the Montauk Project? He actually tells you how to build one.
Oh no, that was the Delta T antenna.
Oh, well, yeah, but there's a book we read recently where he tells you how to build a Faraday cage. We both read it.
That must have been the Montauk Project.
Yeah, because he talked about several devices.
Yeah, the Delta T was the one that you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna build one in the backyard. You want to come
Yeah.
over?" And I was like, "Hell yeah,
Come
I want to come over and
over.
help you build a Delta T antenna in your backyard on Long Island next to
Yeah.
Montauk."
What could go wrong?
As one does. What is wrong with us? maybe that's my New Year's resolution, is to just go absolutely batshit insane and say yes to everything.
Could you imagine saying yes to everything?
There we go. I think we found our New Year's resolution, to say yes to everything.
No, you can't say yes to literally everything.
I
There
mean,
has to be limits.
within reason.
Okay,
If it's not going to get us killed,
I'll do it if you
or
do it.
I dare you.
I double dare you.
I double dog dare you.
Ooh, I triple dog dare you. Ooh.
I think we just found our New Year's resolution.
I think we did. Who else can we rope into this?
Matt.
Yeah. And you know what? Our people that watch us, they should try saying yes to, even if it's just for a week, say
Yeah.
yes to everything
Yep. Within reason.
within reason.
As long as it's not like life threatening, or you're gonna,
Go to
take up
jail.
spelunking as a hobby and go diving into the deeps of a cave somewhere by yourself. Like, within reason.
I mean, I think that's reasonable though.
Yeah.
Taking up spelunking as a hobby.
I mean, I'm not gonna disagree, but do it safely.
Yeah,
One must spelunk, do it safely.
do it. Do it with a buddy.
Exactly. Always do it with a
Spelunk
buddy.
in pairs.
Especially into caves in Pennsylvania, because half of them are like mine shafts.
And
And
tell people where you're going
oh
and
my
where you're
god,
gonna be and
yes.
how long you're gonna be.
Seriously. Like, cannot tell you.
Now
I
I'm thinking of the missing, the 411
Oh my god. But
with the hunters and the,
what about those kids in England that went into the cave and it flooded
oh God.
and they got stuck? Ugh. Yeah,
Yeah.
so always bring a buddy, always tell people where you're at. Make sure you've got cell phone signal somewhere, or at
Take
least a walkie
extra
talkie.
water and food.
Yes. Always bring extra water and food,
You
or
never know
know how
what's
to,
gonna happen.
yeah, or know how to
Change of
forage.
socks.
I
Change of
feel like,
socks. Change of clothes.
yeah, and I feel like being able to forage is also helpful, because
Yes.
you've got like a little pocket filter or something for water. Then, I mean, obviously, if you're dying of thirst, it's not going to matter, what's in the water at that point. Like, just drink
Yeah.
it. But
But
yeah,
yeah.
got like a
Pocket
pocket
filter.
filter. Yeah, get a little pocket filter for water, and know your berries, know your mushrooms. There's like very obvious mushrooms that have no lookalikes, so
Right.
you can eat those. Flint and stuff to
And
start a fire.
yeah.
Always build your
Learn how to start a fire like
Yes,
that.
yes, and always build your fire safely. Um,
Yes.
you can even
Start small.
there's Bunsen lighters that you could use.
Yes. Yep.
Those are super portable.
These are camping tips by Susie and Candy.
I
You know who we should have on to talk about being in the outdoors?
Tim.
Tim and or Simon Faulkner.
Mm, Simon's like the Bear Grylls of England.
He is. He is. He would be great. I wonder if he would. I wonder if he would come on.
Probably.
Ask. We gotta ask him.
Yeah, I know Tim definitely would.
Yeah.
Tim's like
Ask
all
him
down
too.
for it.
Ask him too because he like knows all about going in the woods and like being safe from what's in the woods as far as animal life
And everything else.
and everything else.
And
Yeah.
everything in between. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. I wonder if we could have them both on.
That could be really fun.
That could be an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually reading Tim's book right now, Where the Footprints End.
I'm reading that too.
Weird.
Weird. I'm saying what I say.
Shut up. Stop copying me. Why did I just have like a death clock moment where it's like stop copies me? I got the biggest urge to listen to Death Clock the other day, leaving, like when I left work for vacation, because I'm actually like on winter break, much needed winter break. And all of a sudden I was just like, and Big Blue is my car's name.
Yes.
So Big Blue chooses the soundtrack sometimes, and it's really been loving Typo Negative, A Dish Best Served Coldly. And I'm like, I was like, I don't understand why you keep playing it, but sure, we'll listen to it. Yeah, all of a sudden it started playing Death Clock one day, and I was like, I can deal with this too.
Big Blue Fast Car has good taste.
Big Blue Fast Car. Yep. And it's a fantastic car. My God. If you're ever looking for a car that's just dependable as hell, man, that thing's a workhorse. It's a Ford Escape Sport Edition. It's such
well,
a
my car is amazing. It's such a mom car. It's a 2007 my car is Toyota
Yeah.
Yaris. I bought it. I got it new. I'm the only one that's ever owned it, and it's
same with Big Blue.
unbelievably dependable.
Yeah. I mean, Big Blue, when Hubs was driving it, he got rear-ended, so we had to replace the hatchback. There was that time that I decided to remodel the garage. I still say I could have just body puttied the fender and it would have been fine. It just had
That's the
two
paint.
puncture
No one will
holes.
notice. Yeah.
It had two puncture holes. The garage wall held up a lot less well because it just punched the table right through the wall. And my car was fine.
After you drove it through the garage wall.
The table technically went through the garage wall.
Well, you
The
drove
car
it
hit the table.
there.
But yeah, I mean the fender.
You were learning.
Well, I
And you
had just gone on like my first big long trip and driven on the highway out by Philly. Talk about a crazy, crazy time. So I had just gotten back. Skitch was in the car with me, and when I hit that table, he didn't even notice. He was on his iPad playing games and didn't even notice. All of a sudden, he just like looked up. He's like, "Did we hit something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we did."
Yeah, we did.
And
Just
I
a
looked
small thing.
and I like backed the car up because I was like, oh crap. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to walk through there to get the stuff out of the car. So I backed the car up and the table kind of like went with it a little bit and then fell out. And I was like, well, hell.
Oops.
I was like, that can't be good. And then Ty came out because he heard it in the house.
Oh
Could have been
boy.
worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've got this like lip to get into the garage, so I was trying to get over that lip to get in, and I hit the gas a little too hard. And I mean, I was
What
tired,
happens?
and I'd just been driving for a couple of hours, and
When I first started driving, we had a carport instead of a garage. And so it had 3 beams like holding it up, and then the other side was held up by the house. When I first started driving, I drove into the middle pole when I was parking my car. Yeah, so it happens to everyone.
yeah, I
Thank
mean,
thank goodness it wasn't the only weight bearing one. We had 2 other ones, but
yeah. And the piece of the garage that I hit was it was not a load bearing support. So, the garage is built pretty solid.
yeah.
So I pointed out that after that the garage door closed with no problem.
Oh, so you fixed it.
And stayed shut. Yeah, I fixed it because it used to
Yeah.
always like pop back open. We have since replaced the door, which makes me sad because I like that door. But yeah, I feel like
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say yes to everything.
yeah.
You can't be calling me asking me to do ridiculous shit.
Would I do that?
Yes. Yes, you would.
It's true, I would.
You would. And I would be like, okay.
Let's do it. Let's go up to Lake Marburg and go swimming.
Naked.
That would be a no. So anybody who thinks that's a good idea, no.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. We're
Not
being
go swimming in Lake
ridiculous.
Marburg. It claims victims every year.
Yes.
It's not a haunt. Well, it probably is a haunted lake at this point. It is a reservoir lake, and it has buildings in it still.
Yeah.
They flooded a town, and there's a crazy amount of like riptides and undercurrents and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just really dangerous.
Yeah, do not go swimming except in the designated areas in Lake Marburg, please.
Yeah. Like we kid a lot, but
yeah, everybody dies. Like every year, somebody dies in that lake. It's awful. And I mean, there's signs everywhere like, don't go swimming here.
yeah.
Don't
Well, people don't think the signs apply to them.
Yeah. So it's like, oh.
I'm writing down our resolution.
Oh boy. You're putting it on the paper.
It's an ink.
It's official now.
Official. With my doodles.
And you know what? I kind of started the Say Yes this year. Um, with I I said yes to writing a story for a steampunk anthology, and it got accepted.
Nice.
So I wrote a steampunk scary story,
Nice.
and I had a lot of fun writing it.
Which one was that?
That was for Jude's anthology, so it's not out yet.
Did I read it though?
Not yet.
Okay.
No. It's
How
using
dare you?
I I just ran with it. I
Yeah,
I was like, you know what?
that's awesome.
I'm just
I'm
doing
so proud of you.
it.
That's
And I
amazing.
wasn't
I'm
sure
so
I was
proud
gonna
of you.
make it either because it was gonna be due December 20th. And so I was like writing and writing and writing little bit by little bit by little bit. And then it just kind of like all came together. And I was like, this is perfect. And the initial ending that I'd had in mind for it was one way. And then I was like, I don't know, maybe I go this way with it. And so I went the other way with it instead of trusting my gut on that one. And then Jude wrote back and she was like, what if we go this way? And I was like, that was my original ending. I was like, no problem. Here you go.
I already have that written, as a matter of fact.
It's true. I did. I was like, is this good? Here you go.
Nice.
So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one. And of course, I'm still working on House in the Circle in the Square and Through the Ashes. And there's one more. What is it? Oh, the fifth Metatron book. Hope in Hanover. Sins of the Snack Food Capital.
Nice.
So yeah, got 3 works in progress. The House in
I
the
don't have
Circle.
any.
Yeah, the House in the Circle in the Square is going to be a tough one because it just keeps growing. Initially, it was going to be a novella, and then it's just growing.
I'm taking an anatomy class for artists.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's just learning to do like block out the anatomy and stuff, which I've never had these classes. Everything that I've done so far has just been by looking at things and figuring out how to make them be on paper.
Mhm.
So it's definitely increasing my skill exponentially.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did,
And then
did you draw the penis?
January, January I have another class. So that I'll draw you like one of my French girls.
I got I got lots of curves to draw.
You have beautiful curves. What are you talking about?
My curves have gotten curvier. Um, but did you draw the?
That would be a project to draw you.
I'm already kind of a living cartoon, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah. But did I do what now?
I said, did you draw the penis?
Always draw the penis. It's just an appendage.
I
It's like
know.
an arm or a leg.
It's a Family Guy reference where he takes a drawing class. He's like, "Do I draw the penis?" It's like every single time he's got a model in front of him. He's like, "Do I draw the penis?"
Yeah.
And then there was something that didn't even have a penis. He's like, "Do I draw the penis?" And the art teachers are just like,
Yeah.
"That show
You
was
draw
great."
what you see.
Hmm. So New Year's resolution. Tell us what yours is in the comments.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or some interesting past ones you've done, or
yeah,
what you do to celebrate the new year. And yeah.
absolutely. And we'll catch you on the next episode of Two Women Left Unsupervised. Or maybe we'll use a different filter.
Yeah, maybe. We need a theme song.
We need somebody who can write music. I mean, I can garage
We
band it.
know a
Like
couple people.
we do know. Actually, we do know a couple of people. It's true. Like, why have all these friends in bands if we don't ask them for free music?
Yeah. Hey, hey, I know this is your art and you work really hard on it and you like,
Exactly. Yeah. Like,
can I have it for free? That's why we
can I
haven't
just have it for
asked.
free in this non-monetized channel?
Yeah, that's why we haven't asked for it yet, because
Yeah.
we value their time
Yes, we value their time and their talent and their work.
and their friendship. And we
That,
don't,
that too, yes.
yeah, their friendship isn't a commodity.
Indeed. Um, yeah, we have a lot of people in bands. I mean, I can garage band it and think of something, but I don't know. Maybe that'll be a New Year's resolution too. Say yes to everything, right?
Say yes to everything.
Ask me on January 1st.
Okay. Hey, Susie, can you make us a, ooh, yeah, let's do Garage Bandit. That would be pretty cool.
Okay.
Okay. That's our project for the first week of January. Have a channel like adults and stuff with the theme song.
Then we'd actually have to shoot regularly, like on a schedule and shit.
Say yes to everything. Ask me
Okay.
on January 1st.
I'm doing it. Let us know your resolutions, folks. Can't wait to see them.
Yeah. Bye.